Hey, good morning. Gosh, today feels like a Monday, and I think it's because I didn't do a show on Monday. So I don't know. I'm just like messed up today, but it is Wednesday, right? Wednesday. I still don't even have a 2022 calendar. I keep looking up to see what the day is, the date, stuff like that. Each morning when I'm sitting here, I need to get a calendar. I do have one that I bought for reselling that was damaged when I got home. I might put that one up instead of returning it because I was thinking about returning it to the store. But all right, I'm gonna let me check. I want to go on to my channel over here just so I can make sure everything's okay. Let me check. I want to go on. Yeah, everything's okay. So good morning. I know it's gonna take a little bit for people to pop in. I wanted to talk about 2022, what our goals are. As people pop into the chat, we'll start having some conversations about that. And I'll go over kind of what my goals are, what my goals are for reselling, what my goals are for this channel, which I don't know, it'll probably change because that's what it does. This channel changes all the time. Really, it's based upon what I'm feeling like, how my business is going. And I feel like it's probably going to change some only based upon my goals for my business, for my reselling business. Normally, I will sit here and package stuff with you guys on Monday mornings, get stuff out the door. Probably going to be changing that as the year goes on because I'm hoping to get myself away from all these bins back here and go back to what I really wanted to do 3 years ago was to get myself back into doing Amazon FBA. I did not want to be sitting here having to ship every day. As you can tell, I'm an older lady, I'm an older reseller, and my goals back then were to get away from having to work every day. Even though I like working, the fact is we want to travel a lot more. So with when you're traveling, it's hard to ship unless you're bringing all your stuff with you, and I can't pack all these totes with me to do that. So that's my goal is to I'll probably obviously still be listing on eBay and other platforms, my Amazon returns and things like that. Stuff maybe I'm gated in, but it's just too good of a deal to pass up, which is what I was doing 3 years ago. I'm probably still going to be doing those types of things. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the stuff behind me, if I'm going to start liquidating some of it. Um, I'm probably going to start running some really aggressive sales to see if I can sell it. And if I can't sell it at an aggressive sale price, then obviously it was just a bad buy, a bad choice, and it's just time to probably donate it and get it out of here. I'm hoping in the spring to have another garage sale, and I'll probably pull a bunch of the stuff from here to put it into the garage sale. Good morning, Michelle. Hey, I haven't seen you in the last couple weeks. Well, wait, probably didn't help I didn't do a show last week. That's probably why. So happy holidays. Um, how's the weather there in New Mexico? You guys getting snow and all that? I thought we were supposed to get a snowstorm today, but on the news last night they didn't really talk about snow. Let me just see, because they're talking about was going to be like the worst snowstorm of the season so far. No, see, it doesn't call for snow. Friday 50% chance, and Sunday 30%, but there's no snow in the forecast. High of 2 degrees though on Tuesday. That's good because it was -1, high of -1. Although it does have a low of -8. There's my forecast. Not that y'all care about my weather, but yeah, it's just been. Oh, you've had a bit of rain. All right. Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. That's St. Albans. That's not even where I live. That's where my son used to live. It doesn't even live there. I got to take that off. Oh, tomorrow, 30% chance. Yeah. Ooh, Sunday looks yucky because it's a mixture of snow and rain. So that means it's probably going to be icy out. So Michelle, do you have any goals for 2022 for your reselling business? Or I guess could be goals all around. It doesn't even have to be reselling. I didn't make any non-reselling goals this year. But I will say that every year it's not even a goal, it's just something I automatically just start doing once the holidays get done and I put away my decorations, which I've done already, is I just start organizing. And I took some time this weekend. I had the house to myself and I cleaned, and then I organized 3 cupboards in the kitchen. And then my brother brought me a new cabinet that my mom had. And so I put that up in my living room, or I had a smaller one. I took that out and I switched everything over. So I kind of got to clean that out. I got about a half a garbage bag full of stuff. I was like, yeah, this is going in the garbage. I don't need it. So that's always nice in my personal life, just to kind of get reorganized again and just kind of declutter the stuff in my life. I think that's probably like my theme for the year is clutter, to declutter. So decluttering decluttering stuff in my head. Just in the reselling is just decluttering. I got so much what they call the death pile stuff. I want to get that out of here. I just need to be more picky on what I'm listing. So until middle of April, I'm going to still keep listing and selling on eBay because I'm not going to be traveling at all. We were going to go on a cruise, but we decided against that because just with Omicron going around and all that kind of stuff, and a lot of the cruise staff are getting sick, so they're canceling the shows and stuff like that. And then some of the ports have decided to close, so they're not letting the ships dock and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I'm like, yeah, there's just too many wrinkles in the plans if we were to do it. So I decided not to take a chance. We hadn't booked one. My sister actually had one booked and she canceled for this week, but yeah, we decided not to do that. So I guess my next trip won't be until April, which I can't wait. I just want to go. Good morning, Anissa. Yeah, so I'm hoping that I can move myself back to Amazon. I probably should talk about things other than what I talk about as a topic until people get in here, because I'm going to have to repeat myself. I should be learning that from the shows that I watch. If you ever go onto a show and they have a topic, a lot of times they don't hit that topic until like 10 minutes in because it just takes that much longer for people to get notified that you're live and to start popping in. And I haven't been very, the last, 3 weeks now, I have not been regular with my shows. So last week I didn't do a show. Let's say Monday I knew I wasn't going to do one because my daughter was here. And then Thursday I didn't do one because I was an emotional wreck. I was like, I don't know what's going on. I feel like I can just start crying at the drop of a hat. So maybe it's, sometimes I have like the depression, seasonality depression. It's been many years since I've had that. But I think with just seeing my kids through the holidays, having my in-laws living with me, which has been incredibly challenging. Yeah, incredibly challenging. And then, what else? Oh, and so last week we had to put our cat down. On Friday, we put our cat down. So that was really a tough, I say a tough decision, but it really wasn't a tough decision because he was 15 years old and he had lost so much weight. I mean, I don't think he had an ounce of fat left on him. He was just bones when you touched him. And it was tough. So we said, my daughter came and saw him and my son over Christmas. And it was my daughter's cat. And she's just like, yeah, you really need to put him down, which I was surprised that she said that. So we said, okay, we need to find. So it took us until Friday morning to find a vet that would take him in. So my husband originally was asking just to go in for an appointment for him to be seen, and they kept saying no because a lot of doctors were closed, offices were closed, or they were, I don't know, short-staffed and stuff. We don't have. Well, we got about 4 veterinarians in like an hour drive radius. And so on Friday morning, I said, just call and see if you can find somebody who can euthanize him. So he called and changed his language in one place that was open. Said, yeah, we'll take him. And then, so there was one place he called, and the guy, he said, he was like, which I didn't even know my husband knew what Yelp was. But when we were sitting in the car waiting for them the vet to come out and grab the cat, my husband goes, yeah, I'm going to leave a Yelp review at that town and country vet. And I'm like, you know what Yelp is? He goes, they were so rude to him. He was obviously emotional, asking for, can you euthanize my cat? And so he was having a hard time getting it out to say it. And I didn't hear him, but he said that they were just extremely rude to him. And so he's like, yeah. So, and that's where we used to bring our cats. We're not going to bring them there. We still have Pip, and we're not going to bring Pip there anymore. Tamara, that's completely me. Yeah, and this, I know you're having a tough time and with sleeping and stuff like that. Thankfully, I've gotten my sleep back to like normal. Because my shoulder had been keeping me up, which was really my big thing with my shoulder. And once I wake up, my mind is going, and it's hard for me to calm my mind down. So if I could just get my arm to not be so painful, then it was helping me sleep. And I finally kind of got that in a rhythm a little bit. But yesterday I went and got my booster shot. I waited till after the holidays. Hey, good morning, Sherry. I got my booster shot, and I I was sitting there saying, "What arm?" All the way driving there because I had to drive 35 minutes to get to find a place that had an appointment. And I'm like, "Do I get it in my bad shoulder?" Great, because I'm dealing with, for those new to the channel, I got frozen shoulder on this channel. I go to PT twice a week for it, and it's getting better. Like, I have more movement and stuff, but I said I can't sleep on my right side, and I am a right side sleeper, and it's been since May. I have been completely uncomfortable every night sleeping since May. So then I was like, okay, so my other shots were in my left arm because it's my non-dominant arm, and if my arm was sore, I didn't want it to be in my dominant arm. So I'm like, well, do I make both arms bad? Do I make my bad arm worse? Like, I didn't know which arm to get it in. And so on the way to the appointment, I said, you know what? If I can't, because I don't know if anybody else remembers when they got their vaccine, if you got your vaccine, any vaccine, right? Even your tetanus shot, it makes your arm sore. And I can't sleep on it for a couple of days because it's just sore. And so I decided to get a shot in my bad arm to make my bad arm worse, which is my dominant arm. So today, just moving my arm, it hurts so much. But it made it so I could actually sleep on my left side, which is good. So yeah. Do you feel boosted? Yes, I feel boosted. Oh, I feel sore. My arm is so sore. I was I was up and down on whether or not to get it, and who was I talking to yesterday? And they're like, "Oh, you ended up getting it." Oh, my friend Josh, who's unvaccinated, friend of ours, he stopped by and he's like, "Oh, you ended up getting it?" And I said, "Yeah." I mean, I've already gotten the other vaccines, and they're saying it's down to like 35% effective right now. So I do have a lot of comorbidities, and if it can save me from dying, hopefully give me a better chance from dying, even if it's only a 1% chance better, I'm going to take it because I don't want to die. So I'll take it. These vets offices have gotten so heartless. We've experienced that too, says Anissa. Yeah, and I don't know, they could have been having a bad day. We all have bad days, but unfortunately the last few interactions with that office have not turned out positive. So yeah, I'm not a fan. It was really difficult. This other office, they wouldn't let us go in because of COVID. So we checked in when we got there, and they were fitting Ari in, and they said, we'll call you when we're ready. So we sat there for like 40 minutes, which was actually really nice because it gave us 40 minutes of holding him and snuggling with him and everything else. And he sat on Tony's lap all the way here, all the way to the vets, which was a like 45-minute drive. And he just looked out the window, and we're like, what is up with this cat? He has been so lethargic, barely opening his eyes for the past week, and here he was just alert as can be. But she came out to grab him, and I don't know what it is, but there's something about. Okay, this is probably so wrong for me to say. I'm pausing because I'm thinking, should I even say it? But I'm gonna say it because it's on my mind, and you know me, I usually don't pause and say anything. I usually don't pause, right? I don't have a filter. Um, so it was an older lady who was probably in her 60s, I would say, and she was overweight, right? Something that was like almost like this grandmotherish vibe. So there was something nice about handing the cat over to this very warm looking woman, older, chubbier woman, than if it would have been like, a 22-year-old coming out and just having this different type of attitude than this older lady did. And she just kind of explained the process, and that she would be holding him, and through the process she would be the one that would be with him. And it was just comforting. It was very comforting. And as soon as she took him, she said this was the this was the right decision because she could tell he was just not good. He was not good. Hopefully you don't have much shipping. I know. And this I actually, so yesterday I went to PT and then I went to get boosted. My mother got boosted right after I did. So then we went to lunch together and I actually ran into TJ Maxx to see what they had for clearance items. Oh my gosh, that store is so empty. The home goods section was like over half empty. Even like non-holiday stuff. It was ridiculous. I don't know if they're just having supply issues. So, I mean, I was in there like the week before Christmas and they had stuff. So I don't know if they're just clearancing out a bunch of stuff, but it was crazy how empty it was. So I did that. And then I got home and I was like, so I don't know anybody else having an issue. I have 1-day shipping and on my phone, eBay tells me 1 day. Like, let me see if it shows today because I do have one thing I got to ship out for eBay. So when I checked, eBay said I had until today to ship something. And I'm like, I don't know because I thought I sold that in the evening on Wednesday. So that means I would have had to ship it on Thursday. And I didn't get time to run down here and ship it beforehand. So I ended up shipping at like 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon. So ship by Friday, January 7th is what this says. I'm just going to go to the eBay website and check something. Let's see what it says on eBay. Yeah, so this is the issue. All right. I'm going to show you guys this. Maybe you guys are seeing the same thing. Let me share my screen. Hey, good morning, drummer, by the way. Saw you pop in. All right, see right here it says ship by January 6th. Right, so that's today, right? Isn't today the 6th? I don't know. I got my calendar. So that says ship by January 6th. If you look at my phone, it says ship by Friday, January 7th. So earlier in the week, I got a late shipment strike. And so yesterday I said, okay, when I get home, I really need to go and double check and see because when I changed from my 3-day handling time to back to 1 day so I could get, because I have free returns and stuff. So I'm trying out the whole top rated plus. So when I went and switched all that, I had some errors. Missing some stupid stuff, item specifics, I think. Or sometimes it just says cannot update right now. I'll try again. So I knew I had a couple items that didn't update, like 4 or 5 of them. And I thought, okay, that must be one of the items that didn't update. And so when I got home, I checked and I was like, oh my gosh, I got to ship. So I ended up doing all my shipping last night. And so I just have a few stragglers today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things to ship today. So drummer said, yeah, I put my shipping 3 to 4 days now. I was seriously thinking about changing it back, but I don't know. Yeah, it's been since I think October when I went to the top rated plus. I haven't done my accounting. I need to do my accounting for fourth quarter. Once I get that done up, I'm going to reevaluate whether or not I want to stay with my 1-day handling. I just want to see the benefit of that extra percentage you get back for kickback for your final value fees. Because in the long run, I've had no returns. So why not? Yeah, I have free returns, but nobody's returning anything. Let's see. I know I'm way behind on messages here. I went last week for the booster, didn't have to pass an intersection, went to the grocery store pharmacy. Oh, so I went to Rite Aid and got mine, but they didn't have any around here. I had to go further away. I haven't gone through this pandemic for nothing, right? I'm getting whatever shot they offer. I agree, Michelle, because my friend, when he was saying to me, thought you weren't going to get it. And I said, listen, I'm not living my life on the sidelines. And I know there are some of you, right? Everyone has their own opinion. I am 100% behind making your own choice. 100%. I made the choice for me, right? So my thought on it is I'm not living my life on the sidelines. I'm living my life out. I'm going out. I'm doing stuff. I'm not just going to sit and wait where I know, unfortunately, some people who are just sitting and waiting for all this to go away before they live their life. So if I can give myself a little bit of a better chance if I get sick of not dying from it, then I'm taking that chance because I'm not going to always be in situations where I can socially distance. I'm not going to wear a mask at a family holiday gathering, which my son, he had one of his coworkers that he sits with at lunch every day tested positive, and he had just been here at Christmas, and I think it was maybe, I'm looking at my calendar, I think he called me on the 28th. So it had only been a couple of days after he had been here, and he told me his friend had tested positive, and he goes, well, he thinks he got it from the being at his family for the holiday. And I said, well, sometimes it could take a week, 2 weeks for it to show up. So he could have gotten it like a week before even going to his family. I mean, he could have spreaded it to all his family. So my son did get tested and he was negative, but he called to let us know. And I'm like, I'm willing to take that chance to see family and do things. So yeah. Yeah, Anissa, cough me. She's the unvaccinated. But you've had COVID. So I think you already have some antibodies in you. So I think that helps. Oh, midlife picker. Hello. I missed you popping in. I missed you coming in. Sorry I didn't say hello right away. Yeah, so that's what's kind of been going on with my life and why I haven't gone live. I've just been busy with other stuff. Monday morning, I woke up and honestly, I was like, I got so much to package. I had 60 orders and I just decided not to go live while I packaged it. So that brings me to my goals. I kind of started to talk about it earlier, and then I said, oh, I probably should stop because we are definitely probably going to make me repeat it because more people pop in. But I wanted to talk about what our goals are for 2022. If you guys could share your goals, that would be great. My goals are to get away from doing shipping every day. And here I am talking about my one-day handling, right? By April, we'll get our Class C RV that we bought last year out of storage. And my plan is to spend most of the summer in the RV. So I don't want to be here shipping all the time. Right now, my plans are to get out of doing eBay on a regular basis. I will be probably changing my handling time or closing my store down. And I think at the end of April, we're probably going to go for a couple weeks. So I'll just close the store down. And then we're hoping to take like maybe the whole month of June off and hit the road. So I'll just be closing down the store then. So I'm expecting, hey, good morning, Holly. I'm expecting that I will probably be like closed most of the summer. My eBay will be closed most of the summer. So what I'll probably do is focus on stuff that sells during Q4 and Q1 and stock my eBay store with that type of stuff, stuff where I know I'll probably be here because we won't be traveling in the winter just because it's, you have to deal with winterizing your RV and pipes freezing, and it's just not something we won't do. Not to mention my husband is a hunter and that's hunting season Q4. So we'll be home definitely during Q4 every year. So my husband said to me a couple weeks ago, he's like, well, when we go on our trips this summer, why don't we source and send stuff to the FBA warehouse? Well, I currently only have 4 items in the FBA warehouse. That's it. I normally had 1,000 items in FBA until 2020, and everything just changed. And how I did business changed, and I was here all the time, and I just really focused on eBay a lot more. So I'm finding that if I'm going to focus on traveling and stuff like that, then FBA is really where I need to go, as well as doing digital goods. So I started doing some digital goods last year. I've sold a few, but I really kind of just dropped the ball on it. But I belong to quite a few Etsy groups, and there are just so many people that talk about their digital goods, and they seems like when I go and look at their stores, their sales numbers are incredible, like 20,000 sales. So I'm thinking about looking at maybe getting more into the digital goods, because what's nice is when I wake up in the morning, if for anybody who watched my travel time chit chat, I'm apologizing, I'm probably repeating some of this stuff, but when we're camping, my husband sleeps till like 9 in the morning. I don't know how we can do it. How does somebody do that? How does the sun come up at 4 something and you stay sleeping till 9? But I get up at like the 4 something. So while I'm just going to be sitting there drinking my coffee, I'm going to need something to do. So I thought it's a perfect time for me to be able to pull out my laptop, work on making digital goods, work on anything I need to do for FBA, all things that are quiet while sitting at a computer, and I can get that stuff done. And then when he gets up, we can head out the door and go do fun things, or maybe do some sourcing or wherever, depending on where we are. If we're our plan is to obviously do a lot of off-roading in the Jeep. We will be having a toad, as they call it, which is your vehicle you pull behind your RV, and we'll be bringing his Jeep. So I will be limited on sourcing space when I go out, but I'll be able to send like 2 medium-sized boxes. Each time I go out and source, I'll have to go back, fill it, and bring it to UPS, get that out the door, and then I can fill more. So we're going to be challenged with our space. That's definitely going to be an issue, mainly because of the Jeep being so small for a sourcing vehicle. All right, let me blobbing along, and I got to just check. Happy 50th to me. Oh my gosh. So, oh, that's right. Because, yeah, you were 50. Was that your 50th birthday when you got sick? Jeez. Yeah, your numbers are amazing. Yeah, my numbers have been really good. I'm really happy with how things are going right now. Yeah. I'm here lurking before I get in the car. So Eric says, good morning, Eric, by the way. How was your holiday season with your business? Unvaxxed and been living life to the max since beginning. Agree, individual choice. Yeah. Hey, I'm all for that. Our friend, he's a state police officer. He's unvaxxed, which surprises me living here in New York that they haven't mandated that. I'm glad for him they haven't, right? I mean, I'm 100% against the mandates. But yeah, so he lives his life to the max. Absolutely does he live his life to the max. Not reseller related goal is to read the Bible in a year. I'm going to pop these up. So I should write these down so I can maybe make you accountable. But if you're in my Discord group, post it in there because we can, kind of check in. I think it's nice sometimes when you state a goal and then somebody asks you later on, how's that goal doing? Because sometimes, we can say we're going to do something and then maybe it slips. And somebody just kind of bringing it up can kind of maybe gear you towards back being on track. All right. So not seller related goal is to read the Bible in a year. Found a great podcast for driving time to listen to it on days I have to work my other job. Well, that is good. I did that one year. That was my goal, was to read the Bible. I'm not a religious person by any means, but my kids were young. I was probably in my early 30s, so over 20 years ago. I didn't get very far into it. I am a questioner of everything. And my husband was just like, shut up, stop questioning everything. I'm like, I have to. That was my problem. I questioned everything. I've never read the Bible. I could not get through it. So Eric is just getting over nasty chest congestion, 2 to 3 weeks been going around this area. Wow. So I saw in the news that they just had the first case of somebody who had COVID, who tested positive for COVID and the flu at one time. That was on the news. Or I was on the ticker at the bottom of the news. Speaking of news, I found for right-leaning people, what's the name of that channel? Well, Dan Abrams. I used to love that show, Live PD. My husband and I watched that every Friday and Saturday night. It was a ritual to be home to watch Live PD from 9 to 11 or whatever it was. And he's got his own talk show type show on it's not Newsmax, News Nation, something like that. I don't know. I love that guy. He's great. I was watching him last night. He's on at 8:00 at night though, which is not a very good time for me to be watching that type of stuff. Midlife, great. I try to read it daily. That's I've said to my husband, because just growing up, we went to church every day. Started in the Catholic religion and moved to the Methodist. My mother was Catholic. My father was Methodist. I think that's how it goes. And the Catholic Church, we were not a wealthy family by any means. We lived in the poorer part of town. My parents did the best that they could, absolutely. But, financially it just was tough. 4 kids, raising them in the 70s and 80s. And we were going to a Catholic church, and My parents, I don't know if they just weren't putting money in the plate or maybe not putting as much in the plate as they wanted, but the church really gave my parents a hard time about not financially supporting the church at a higher level. My parents, I mean, it was tough. I would be excited when my mom would go to Ames and when she'd come home on a Friday night. And then Saturday morning, I'd wake up and she would have on the counter 4 piles of things that she bought us. And I would get like a new pair of socks. That was huge for me to get a new pair of socks. And so we ended up leaving the Catholic religion and went to the Methodist. And we went to church every Sunday. Every Sunday. I used to have to go to church and then run to basketball practice because I played basketball in high school. I should say maybe junior high, and then I think maybe just my freshman year. And then I switched to cheerleading. But yeah, so we used to do that. But so when we moved here, I told my husband, I'm like, I wish we were in more religious and went to church because the community you can build being in a church, I just see that, and I kind of wish I was like that. But yeah, I'm not a good church person because again, I question everything. Question too much. I just don't take the gospel for its word. I hope you will still do uploads of your RVing. Would love to come along for the ride. So I'm hoping to do that. We have that other channel. We've done nothing with it, nothing RV related. My goal is to focus on that. I do YouTube for fun. I don't do it for the money. I definitely don't do it for the money. I think my paycheck is, let me tell you how much my pay. I mean, I get paid hardly anything, especially since I've just been doing lives. If anybody watches the Tommy Bernard channel, he's always saying that lives are not good, and they're not. That's why you see a lot of people will separate their live channels from their pre-recorded ones. $51 is currently right now what my estimated revenue is. So my goal is just to make enough to pay for StreamYard every month. So that's why, if I don't go live, I know if I did more content and stuff, but I'm a reseller before I'm a YouTuber and I just do this for fun. So I'm hoping to do some RVing footage. I think it's just a good way to document your journey in life. And I was talking to my daughter last night. We talked for like almost 2 hours on FaceTime while she was making supper. And she goes, Dad asked me if I ever watch your videos, your channel. And she's like, she didn't even know what this channel's name is. And she said, no, that she doesn't. And I said, well, my goal is that when I pass, that someday you'll be able to log on to my channel and you can watch some of my videos. Or if you're feeling like you're missing me, listen to my Travel Time Chit Chats. Because a lot of times I don't just talk reselling on those. It's kind of whatever's on my mind. And I said, you can just kind of listen in. I would do anything to be able to just sit and listen to like my dad's voice now that he's not here. Wish I could come up with digital goods. Seems like great direction. Create once and sell over and over. Exactly. There are so many types of digital goods out there, right? So, I'm big into my planners and stuff like that. People sell digital planners. I actually have some digital goods for the reselling community that I created, some good Excel spreadsheets that you can download and print it if you want to do paper and pen, or you can download and use the file. And so it already has all the because not everybody is really good with Excel. So it already has all the what am I can't even oh my gosh, I just got a brain fart. All the formulas, but like it has tabs and then the tabs total on another tab. So I mean, it's like some people it's beyond what they could do, but it's stuff that I know how to do. So I do have some of those, and I made them last spring, and I just have done nothing with them. So yeah, but there's a lot of people who sell just, if you go to Etsy, and there's actually a category for digital goods, look and see, and look at some of the sellers and look and see what they're selling. Some of them you can't see what they're selling, but you can see what they have for sale, but you can't see solds. That's one of the negatives of Etsy. I wish I could see the solds. Seems a big issue. People steal your ideas and sell. Yeah, you just have to constantly be creating stuff all the time. I mean, that's what I do, right? I go and see what's selling good and then see if I can create something similar. But even as much as at Easter time, I did a page you could print that was like to search, almost like a Where's Waldo. So you could do something like that where you just put all these different graphics in, and then you have a little thing on the edge. There are people they're like, hey, $1.50, yeah, I'll get that and print it and give it to my kid to do, right? So, or a teacher. Or a teacher can be saying, yeah, I'm gonna pay $1.50 for this. And once you buy it and download it from me, as long as you're not gonna resell it, I don't care. If you have a classroom of 18 kids and you want to photocopy it for all 18 kids, go for it. I have no problem with that. So yeah, so that's, I definitely look and see what's selling. The trick to Etsy, actually, do you guys mind? We'll jump over there a little bit and just let me show you Etsy. I do want to show you this though. To stream. So I got I sold a planner and I didn't have it anymore. This blue planner right here. And so I sent this lady a message and I said, you can pick any planner from my store, even if it's more expensive, any planner, but I got a lot by this brand that you're looking for. I got a lot of other ones. So the insides are all the same, just the cover is different. I said, if there's any other planner you want, let me know and I'll substitute it, or I'll just cancel your order. So this person's picked out another one. But look at this. I got this feedback, right? So she gave me 5 stars. And she goes, the order, I ordered the planner with the blue cover, but unfortunately they ran out of them. They asked me if there was another planner that I would like instead, which was fine. They sent me the most beautiful planner I've ever seen. I would purchase from this company again. Very professional, great customer service, and overall joy. I'm very pleased with my product. Isn't that nice? Because you're always worried that somebody's going to be like, oh yeah, I had to get this secondary option because they ran out, they sold out, and so forth. Ended up being a really good review. So I appreciate the good review. All right, let me go back up. That's my Red Barn planning, by the way. So that's my Etsy store, which I've sold 383 things so far this year, which I just opened this in like May. So I'm really happy. But let's put up, actually, let me go to Etsy's page. There was a digital, maybe it was just on my phone. Right here. So digital drawings and illustrations. Let me click here because I think it will bring me to, like, there's a digital category. No. All right, so that's not what I'm looking for. I just want to put digital. Let me just check messages here. I don't want to get too far behind. All right, so, Eric, it was slow for your holidays. And this is halfway through the Bible. I think they did pretty good with you, Tamara. That's wrong that they did that to your family. Oh my gosh, I'm way behind, ain't I? I'm sorry about that. Yeah, it was really bad. The church definitely, the church is now closed, that church. It's an absolutely beautiful church. Hey, good morning, Carlene. Good morning, Jeanette. Okay, I guess I'm good. I'm caught up. All right, so digital. I want to find some of these big sellers, and let me show you some that are really big. Okay, so if you look at, like, so what I'll do is I'll come in here and I'll put in like digital, right? So you'll see here they've gotten 4,400 feedback. That's just feedback, and not everybody leaves feedback. No. Let's see if we can find some that are even bigger than that. Right, so that's what, 44. So this is 40. So hopefully it's not going to give me all planners, but look how many planners. There's so many digital planners on Etsy. So many of them. So you definitely need to figure out, if you're going to do something like that, how are you going to stand out? Because there are so many. Is this the same picture? I just want to see this picture. All right, so this is an ad for this one. I was trying to find something other than a planner. So, there are people, I'll get ads on Facebook where you can actually buy these planners, and they say you can buy them for reselling. It's like a template, so you can go in there and change it around. It's probably a good way to start. If you're good at marketing. 50, 12. I'm just looking for All right. Maybe I'm going to click on this. Oh, it's an ad. I don't want to click on an ad because I don't want to have to charge them. If I click on an ad, it's going to cost them for me to click on it. So I don't want to, make somebody pay for something. So, all right. So this is a planner website, Planners Collective. So look at, here we go. 38,000 sales. Now it doesn't say how long they've been around, so I don't know. But 38,000. They only have 17 items on here. So they have a daily planner, undated planners, notebooks and notepads, recipe books, and flashcards. Speaking of notebooks and notepads, I have, it's upstairs. So I started getting some stuff in the mail, checking out to get printed stuff. And there is a notebook that this company can do, and it's really good. I like the quality; it seems nice. But there was can't remember the name of the channel I was on, a YouTube channel. It's not. There's one that somebody mentioned. I think Anissa. I think you've mentioned this other channel. It's not her channel. The one who used to do the daily reseller news. It's not hers. It was another one, and she's selling books that Amazon prints. But I've got to look into that because Amazon, I know they can print books, but I didn't know they could print it with the higher quality paper. Hey, good morning, Robin. Slow start for me today. I know. I almost didn't come on today myself. Wasn't sure how I was going to feel because I got the boost and the jab in the arm yesterday. My arm is sore. But so $10. So this Good Notes. I don't know what this is, but probably ought to look into it because I see this a lot. People have Good Notes. All right, so this is what I'll do. So I'll come onto here. I'll see somebody who's got a lot of sales. It won't let you click on it because one of the things that you can do on, it does let me click. I take that back. So you can hide your sales, and you go to my store and my sales are hidden. And that's right. That's her name. And so you can look, but a lot of stores hide it so you can't see it. So I'll show you what you do when you can't see. So in this case, I can look and see what is she selling the most of. See, a lot of this, whatever this Good Notes is. So some digital file. So maybe Good Notes is something that you can, I don't even know. I don't know. But I really like how she has this, shows the phone. So kind of lets you know a little bit more that this is a digital, like this is not a printable thing. All right, so let me show you if you can't see what they sold. Looking at what she sold is hard because she uses the same, I don't know. It all just looks very much the same. Maybe planners wasn't the best thing to look for. But usually if you go down, if you can't see what they sold, but you go down and look at their feedback on anything on Etsy, right? Not just digital products, not just these planners, but anything, you can look and see, and this will give you an idea of what they're selling by looking at their feedback. So the other thing to do is if you see somebody who doesn't have 5 stars, like, look at this. Thanks so much, but they gave them a 4-star. Do you know on Etsy that 4-star can pop you out of the star seller program? Which some people, like Kara Button says not to worry about the star seller program, but anytime somebody has some type of program that I say reward you, but there's not really any rewards for it except getting a sticker on your page. People still like to strive for stuff when there's something. Well, I don't see anything, but what I'll do is I'll read the feedback, and so they might say that's the exact same feedback. That's weird. But they might say something like, oh, I wish it had this, or I wish it had that. I'm going to go back. If I were a planner and buying planners, I'd buy from you, Tamara, hands down. Well, thank you. I would appreciate if you would buy from me. Okay, so that's not gonna. I guess this was my main one. Wanted to find some that were not planners. So let me do this. Digital. It hurts to lift my arm. Let me take out the word planner. Okay. So, all right, so somebody will sell fonts. There's so many people doing stuff with their Cricut that people will create images and put them in SVG. That's what your Cricut needs. That's the format. So they'll do some type of graphic design and put it into SVG. Look at, I said no planner, and planner stuff is coming up. Come on, Etsy. Work with me, will you? I guess that doesn't work on Etsy. These patterns, like people make these paper. I've seen this. Some people do like digital scrapbooking, and though they need like paper for their scrapbook and stuff. So they'll sell that. I was hoping to give you more of an idea, but geez, how come there's so much dust overlays? All right, so let me go to I'll go to one of my stores and I'll show you something I created. Sign out, sign in. For some reason, I have to like click this twice. This one. Oh, I sold one of my featured items. So this is my store where I put my vintage stuff, but I do have digital. So when I was talking about SVG, so when they came out earlier this year with Cricut came out with a press for coffee, to make coffee mugs. I can't remember what it's called. It does like sublimation type stuff or whatever. So I created some of these. So you just get the measurements for a mug, for this mug. Hey, good morning, Jen. And you just go, I went to Canva and I just created this plant mom. And then you can go to, what are they called? They're like mock-ups. And you can do these mock-ups. So you take this product, right? So I didn't really print it on this mug, but this is what it would look like if somebody was to buy this and they have that mug press. They can create this mug right here by doing this. So $2.95 digital download. And then I did this one. Shop local. So it kind of gives them an idea what it would look like, right? $2.95. You create it once, you sell 10 of them, whatever. How many? I don't know. And I did this one. Hello, beautiful. So it's something that's so simple that you can do. Create them, and then you create them once. These I sat doing whatever. I was like on a Sunday sitting watching TV or something, and I created these 3 and put them up. I have sold some of these. Let me see which ones I've sold. Yeah, so you can't click mine. I'm trying to figure out where to go. I guess I could hit the back button. Sold. Let's see which ones I've sold. I think I've only sold a couple of them. All right, so I sold this one. Oh, December 10th. Oh, they only partially downloaded it. So that's interesting. Well, so I give it to them in PNG, SVG, like a bunch of different things. So they probably only downloaded whatever the one file was they needed. That's what I use, SVG, ANG, and purchase a lot. Convenient and easy. Yeah, Eric, why don't you should create some and sell them. So I sold that one. This is the other stuff I sold, which you guys have all seen this because I was packaging it probably live when I was doing it. I thought I sold another one. There's no private, I guess there's somewhat private information on here, huh? It says where they're from. Well, let's see, September. Maybe I didn't sell very many. I wonder if I could just do a search and put in digital. Let me put in digital. Digital. Because I'm pretty sure I have that in all of my. No, that didn't work. Let's see, marketplace. No, that's not work. Search your orders. Wrong spot, Tamara. Digital. No, that's not it. PDF. Nope. SVG. Well, that's weird because we know they just had one that showed I sold it. All right, whatever. I guess that's not going to show what I want it to show, but all right, I'm gonna take that down. So that's one of the things I want to work on is creating digital products, or you could even do like print on demand. There are people who go to like Fiverr or hire some VA that will create graphic designs for you that you just sell and put on t-shirts and sweatshirts, and mugs and whatever else. So I'm kind of thinking about doing more of that, more hands-off type of stuff. That way I don't have to be here and it's stuff I can keep selling. Nothing's better than going on a vacation like I did in January of 2020. I went on a cruise, and when I came home and I pulled up Amazon and I was like, man, I sold $3,000 this week while I was gone. Like, that is a good feeling that you can sell when you're not around. And I don't have employees here. I don't even know enough people. I don't even know who I would even ask. We've discussed that on here a number of times. If I hired somebody to package stuff for me, I just don't know anybody. I would have to trust them to come into my house when I'm not here. I just wouldn't want to do that. So this is the direction I'm going to go in for 2022, is just really focusing more on Amazon again, which means I got to get replenishables, probably going to do more bundles, try that out again. Laura, you're not in here, I don't think, right? So Laura's done some bundles. I think she had a good Q4 with them. So I took a class on the bundles from Barbara Drazga, and I was really enthusiastic, but my bundles just weren't that great. One of them I sold out of, which actually I found one the other day, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I got another one. So I definitely need to replenish that one. But I want to focus more on that type of stuff where I don't have to be here to ship. That's my big target, because that's what I wanted to do 3 years ago. And, obviously things just went awry in 2020. Things just changed up, and I pivoted my business to eBay, and just have been sitting here. And other people, I see their sales for Amazon this year, and I'm just like, last year I still did over 100 grand, and this year I think I did almost close to 100 grand. But that's just peanuts. Peanuts. Do you know I saw somebody who did $300,000, but they only made like $7,000 after all their expenses? I'm like, that is a lot of work. $300,000 in sales, and you only netted $7,000. I'm telling you, my net, if I make 100,000 sales, my net is almost 50%, little less, maybe 45,000 or so. Do Amazon merch. Yeah, I used to have an Amazon merch account. I never did anything with it. It was back when it first started, and it was so hard to get approved. You had to wait like months to get approved. All about what you focus on, says Eric. That is so true. It is. If you want to be successful on eBay, then you focus on eBay. If you want to be successful on Amazon, you focus on Amazon. But everyone's definition of success is different also, right? So I'm successful if I make, again, I'm very fortunate, and I say that all on here all the time, that my money is extra money. My husband, I'm fortunate I have a husband who brings in enough in his retirement that covers all of our bills plus, and my money is for the casino. I bought an RV. It's kind of like fun money, and I'm very fortunate that I have that. So for me, success is if I put in work and I love doing it. I have, it's all about fun, and it doesn't always feel like work, and I make some money on it that gives me enough to play and do what I want to do, then that's success to me. Now, if I was 28 years old and I just gotten married and I have a baby on the way, or I just had a baby, and I am my wife is going to be a stay-at-home mom, or my husband's going to be a stay-at-home, like we're going to be doing this together, then success is different, because I want to strive to be able to pay all my bills and then put in for retirement, and I got, so much more I got to do with that money. It's different. Everyone's goals are different. I'm very fortunate that my goals can be what they are and not have the stress. If I decide to take a day off, I'm not stressed that, oh my gosh, I got my electric bill I got to pay. I'm extremely lucky in that regard. But man, if I was 25, 28 years old, just getting into this business, I would be like, I'd be going hustling. I would be looking for the $1,000,000. Like I would be probably doing private label. There's just so much open in the Amazon world that I really strongly feel I would create a brand, and that's where I would be going in the direction of. Good morning, Tommy, and good morning, Tio. Tommy, I was listening to your show this morning before I went live while I was getting ready. So I would do that because I really strongly feel that's where it's at. By watching so many different YouTubers and just hearing what they have to say and just seeing, of course, seeing isn't always believing in the long run, right? People, I think Tommy was talking about this on his show on New Year's Eve, that people project on social media the positive. People don't always project the negative. I do. I'll tell you right here, negative. I don't hold it back. But there are a lot of people who don't. A lot of the big people you watch, right? They're only putting out the good stuff, unless it's clickbait stuff that brings you to watch them. But a lot of times, the clickbait turns out to be a good thing. So I think that you got to be cautious with some of that. But I do know there are some people that I know, and they're doing very well. And it's mostly because, well, they do wholesale on Amazon, but you got to have a bigger operation. You got to get a warehouse, I think, because the thing with wholesale is you have to do a large quantity. If you're gonna sell $300,000 and you're only gonna net 7,000 in profit, that's gonna go in your pocket, 7,000. Well, and then you got to pay taxes on it. That's just so much work. That's huge money up front for very little return. I'm not all about that. But that's what wholesale is. But I think there's a lot of money to be made. Eric says, did 200,000. I hope I made over 7. I hope so. I hope so. I know that I definitely have made over that. Man, I did not do 300,000 in sales, but I know I've made more than 7,000. That is just crazy when they were posting their numbers on a group that I'm in. I have to get rid of my money pile that I have amassed over the years. That is my goal for 2022. Yeah, mine too. I've been starting to go through some of it. I haven't listed in months, or not months, in weeks, probably since before Christmas. On any platform. I did some relisting the other day because I was starting to do my inventory and I found that some stuff wasn't listed. So I relisted, and I guess I had more in stock than what I thought. And I thought I'd sold out. So Tommy says I grossed 7,000 and cleared 300. Wow. Wait for my Bolo course. I will buy that Bolo course. If you can gross 7,000 and clear 300,000, that is a course I want to buy. There is what was I going to say? Forget it. I forgot what I was going to say. It is amazing how much money there is to be made out there. You just have to be willing to really hustle. Yeah, that's so true, Robin. And do you know, and I don't think my mom's on here, but I always say my mother-in-law, they sit on their phone. My mother-in-law has an iPad. And now that she's been here for like 2 months, I see what she does all day long. This is her iPad. Does this all day long. She bought something. She says, she calls me in her bedroom the other day and she goes, do you think Kendra would want one of these for Christmas? She goes, I ordered 11 of them. I meant to order one, but she ordered 11. Like, who does that? So I'm assuming she must have hit 1 2 times and ended up ordering 11. But there is a checkout page. There's usually a total, so you can see. Like, if all of a sudden your total is $200 and you thought you were going to be spending 20. So there are a lot of people who buy who don't know what they're doing on digitally stuff. You could take advantage of those people. And that's all on Facebook. Facebook Marketplace. People buy from Facebook Marketplace. They buy from the ads on Facebook. It's just, I see it with my own two eyes. I hear it with my two ears. Just people around me who are doing it all the time, day in, day out, all the time. There is money to be had with people who shop like the people in my life. Yeah, who would work that hard for 7,000? I know, Jen. And first of all, did I even say hi to you? If I didn't, I'm going to say hello. And if I did, I'm saying hello again. So that person who did that, somebody was saying that's too much work for little profit. They work full time. They said they do this in their like off time. And now I will say they did say they do OA, which is online arbitrage. So they'll go on to like Target and they'll order a bunch of stuff and they have a prep center. So everything goes to their prep center and their prep does it. And then so they're probably not doing much work except for just shopping, and they're probably shopping at their full-time job. They're probably not even doing it like it's part-time, but they're probably getting paid to do it because they're probably doing it at work. But they're also but it's just a lot of money up front for a little return. That's, yeah, I don't know. When I buy something for $100, right? If I spend $100, I expect to get $100 in profit. So I want to sell it for $200 and pocket $100. This person spends $100 and they're like, "Hey, I hope I get $3 back." Like, this just crazy. I don't know. She's been watching Krillin 2 times. Good old Krillin. Does he go on your show last night? Because he wasn't there New Year's Eve. Or at least, well, I only watched New Year's Eve up until when your power flicked. I didn't see your second stream yet. I hope that person learned and pivoted their business. The only thing positive from that type of net is chalk it up to a learning experience. They seem to be perfectly okay with that. Yeah. Hey, good morning, Laura. I just realized that we are at 9 o'clock. So I'm actually going to be shutting down the show, heading over to Scott the Bearded Picker's show. I'm glad to see, Laura, you made it okay through the Alabama storm. And Holly, I know you were kind of listening when you were heading out. I'm hoping you weren't flooded. I know you're in Kentucky. And I don't know who else, where everybody else is. I know where some of you are, but Tommy lives in the South. I found out this morning. I didn't realize that Delaware was considered the South, but yes. And then I thought anything under Virginia was the South, but I guess Google says that is. Yeah, but Scott, I did reach out to him because he had tornadoes going right through Huntsville, and he said that I guess 20 miles from him one hit, but then there was more later on that night, so I don't. Obviously, he's okay if he went live. So I'm going to let you guys go. If anybody who's watching the replay, and even you guys, if you want to, I'd love to know what your goals are for 2022. You can leave them down below in the comment section, and let's just see if we can keep each other kind of accountable to some of them. And also join my Discord. There's a link down below, and go into the Discord and put in what your goal is. Maybe if I can create another hashtag or channel, or I don't know what they're called, in the topics section for 2022 goals, I'll do that so we can post them there instead of just in the general tab and kind of keep and see how we're doing. I'll have to spend time with the beard. Yes, so nice to see you this morning. Have a great day. Take Tylenol for your shoulder. Yeah, I took some last night, but I do need to take some this morning because it is incredibly sore today. And I got to get my hair cut later this afternoon. So hopefully it's up for me to be able to drive. Might do one-handed driving. All right, guys, I will see you next week. Back to our regular schedule, hopefully. And hope you guys have had a great holiday. And I will see you later. Alrighty, bye.